What's going on, everybody? It is Friday, and Friday's a great day, right? Because Friday means it's the end of the week, and it's time for a weekend. Hopefully, you live in an area where there's a sports card show going on this weekend, and you can hop on over to that. I don't have one this weekend, but I do have a big one the following weekend. If you live anywhere near Northern California, probably the biggest show that we have is the Fairfield Card Show. And the Fairfield Card Show does not disappoint. Usually about 300 to 350 tables. So I'm a week away from that. I'm super excited. And my brother said he might drive down. He lives a couple hours away. He's talking about coming down and going to the show with my dad and myself. So that would be awesome. Now, one of the things I talked about last week is if you're interested in one of my T206 Miller cards, you are absolutely welcome to one. If you see me at a card show, I'll definitely have some with me. If you're at that Fairfield Card Show next weekend, I will definitely have some with me. If you come to the card show where I'm going to be setting up in the end of April, I'll have some with me. But if you live further away than that, that's cool. If you're interested, just send me a self-addressed stamped envelope to the address on your screen. Now, remember, you don't have to do anything for me, just the self-addressed stamped envelope, and I will be happy to send it back. Now, if you want anything special, if you want me to sign it, you want me to number it, you want me to do anything interesting, just put a little note in there, tell me what you want. I'm happy to do that. But also, I'm totally open to trades. If you want to trade for a Miller, and I had a couple trades. My buddy Brett came through with the Greg Nettles card on the trade. So far, this is the best trade in the clubhouse. Brett is leading with the best trade for a Miller T206 card. That said, my buddy David sent me this cool card the other day. Now, this is kind of a borderline famous card. He loves the card. And he sent one of these to me the other day, which was super cool. Now, if you look at this card, there's a few reasons why this card is cool. First, you'll notice he's on the Flyers, right? He's on the Flyers, but let's see if I can get it to focus, not on me. There we go. If he's on the Flyers, but he's got a Rangers hockey sweater on. So that's kind of funny. But then if you look even closer, look up in his hair. Look up at his You see what's in his hair? It's a fly. He's got a fly in his hair. The editor missed that he was in a Rangers uniform and that there was a fly in his hair. They couldn't use a different picture. And the funny part is he's got a fly in his hair and he's on the Flyers. I mean, that's pretty funny. David, thank you for that. That brought at least a few smiles to my face, and I could need those right about now. So thank you, my friend, for that. Now, today's video, what are we doing? Now, I am committed to continuing to look at deals under $50 for cards. There's a few reasons for that. Number one, I don't think we see how the card market is doing by seeing what a PSA 952 Mantle goes for. That does not give us insight into the health of the card market. What gives us an idea of what's really going on with the card market is the stuff that the average person can afford. What can you get with $50? What you can get with $50, I think, tells us really where we're at. Now, if you're a buyer and a collector, what you can get for $50 right now is insane. It is absolutely insane. I'm going to show you 50 pickups, this time from the 1960s. 50 pickups from the 1960s of cards that are the biggest names. The biggest names from the 1960s are available for under $50. And you go, they're not in great condition. Some of them are. So they're all off center. No, they're not all off center. What do you mean the big names? I don't know. Willie Mays, Roberto Clemente, Hank Aaron. Those are pretty big names. These cards are affordable. So, number one, I think we need to be tracking the market and see what's going on with the market. The more we can buy with $50, the more we can really tell what's happening and what's going on. Number two, we need to understand that collecting vintage cards is not a super expensive feat. There are some really nice cards, really, really cool cards in these 50 that you get for under $50. They'd look good in any collection. You don't have to be rich to collect vintage cards. There are rookie cards. There are all-star cards. There are base cards. There are leader cards. There's some really, really cool stuff. Another reason I like to do this is because it shows a variety of different cards that are out there. Maybe you'll see the 1968 Tom Seaver, which is my favorite Tom Seaver card, by the way. And you'll go, that's a really cool card. And wait, I can buy one for that? I got to go get one. So that's part of it too. It's just a way of enjoying the hobby together, a way of bargain hunting together, a way of seeing what things are selling for, tracking the market. But for the regular collector, like me at least, I can't speak for all of you, but certainly for myself. So, 50 deals from the month of December, from the 1960s, under $50. This is getting out of control what you can buy for $50. I genuinely am starting to think that if somebody were to just start consolidating some of these big name cards in the 3, 4, 5 grade range, I don't know, like you could put together a really nice collection for not a lot of money. Let's check it out.
All right off the bat with a Hall of Fame rookie card, a Fergie Jenkins 1966 rookie card in an SGC 3.5. And it's under $50. And look at that card. It's really well centered, really good eye appeal, a really nice card of a really good pitcher for under $50. Now, remember, we're going to be looking out for our 5 mind-blowing picks, at least my 5 mind-blowing picks of this episode. Now, next up is a 68 Topps Roberto Clemente in an SGC 5. Side-to-side centering is outstanding. Corners look great. And the only real thing I see is it's a little off top to bottom. And speak of the devil, that is my first pick as mind-blowing. I absolutely would have bought that card for $49.95 looking like that in an SGC assigned 5. That's a really nice card for under $50. So we got 4 of those to go. Next up, a 62 Topps Hank Aaron in an SGC 4.5. Eye appeal is outstanding. Centering, outstanding. Really nice looking card for $49.09. How about next, another Hall of Fame rookie card. Again, we've got 2 out of the first 4 Hall of Fame rookie cards, this time a Joe Morgan and a PSA 4. Terrific centering, great eye appeal, recently graded by PSA, and it's under $49. Now, I've gotten some feedback and people say, well, you're not including shipping price. I'm like, that's true. Add $5 on. Depending on your state, there might be some sales tax. But, I mean, still, these are crazy deals, right? How about a 1961 Topps Roberto Clemente in an SGC 3? Now, this one is clearly OC left to right. But it's a 3, and that's taken into account. What would it have gotten if it was perfectly centered? Based on the looks of it, maybe like a 5 or so. Again, I don't always agree with grades, clearly. But for $48.56, that's a pretty nice looking Clemente card, if you ask me. How about a Tony Perez rookie? Also from the 1965 Topps set in a PSA 3 assigned grade. Really good eye appeal again. Side-to-side centering, outstanding. Top to bottom, a little off. But it's $48. And, throw in the $5 for shipping. and you're looking at about $53 depending on the sales tax in your state, which is kind of crazy for our third rookie card of a Hall of Famer already. How about the 1962 Topps Johnny Unitas? Now, this is a brutal set. It is similar to the 71 Topps Baseball. This Unitas is a 4.5 from SGC, and it sold for $48. Really well centered. A great Unitas card from a really tough set. And I don't think you can go wrong buying Unitas if you're into vintage football. How about a 1968 Topps Hank Aaron? Now, this one was assigned a 4 from SGC. I mean, another really good eye appeal. The color seems to pop to me. Corners look solid. Side-to-side centering, not bad. Not perfect, but not bad. Sold for $46.83. And again, a base card of a guy like Hank Aaron in a grade like a 4 seems like a great deal. How about another Hall of Fame rookie card, this time a Juan Marichal? This is a PSA 2, but the reason I picked it is not just is the price outstanding, but the centering is outstanding. I mean, I don't really need sharp cards personally. They're nice, but they don't need to be sharp. What they need to be is nice to look at. To me, this card is nice to look at for $46 of probably, well, certainly one of the most dominant pitchers of the 60s, if not the most dominant. Speaking of dominant pitchers during the 60s, how about a 1966 Topps Sandy Koufax in a 3.5? Centering side to side, a little off. What's that, maybe 70-30? $46 for Sandy Koufax. It was not that long ago that was not going to happen, especially in a grade like a 3.5. How about another Willie Mays, this time an SGC 3.5. It's a nice looking smile on Willie there. The SGC 3.5, but when you look at that card, the centering looks really, really nice, if you ask me. And, you know, again, for me, it's about eye appeal. And that card certainly has it. Great color, great clarity. And it's Willie Mays. Now, a set that I don't understand why it doesn't get more love are the Post serial sets. This is from the 1962 Post set of Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle, and it's a 2.5. Now, anytime there's a grade on a Post serial card, that's pretty good. This one sold for $45.11. And the reason is because they're hand cut, and if you go over the borders, it becomes authentic. So anything outside of the borders is kind of rare. All right, how about a 1961 Bart Starr in an SGC 5.5? I mean, look at that card. The red color is deep and vibrant. It's a great picture of Bart Starr. Well-centered card, $45. Now, his rookie card is in the 57 set. So, I mean, this is like his 4th or 5th card. And you think about that, of one of the most prolific passers in vintage football collecting. Speaking of prolific players, how about a second-year Dick Butkus? This is a 67 Philadelphia Dick Butkus in an SGC 5. His rookie card is in the 66 set, same as Gale Sayers, and this card is $45 in a 5. It's $15 to grade it. So, you know, unless the person bought it for less than $30, they are losing money there. That's a great deal. How about a 62 Topps Willie Mays All-Star? Another Willie Mays card. I mean, we're buying Willie Mays cards for under $45. This one is assigned a 4 from PSA. It is a little OC left to right, but again, the color's great and the corners look really nice from the picture. So, good, solid corners. So unless you are a centering freak like me, this is a great card to add to your collection. Now, one of my favorite cards from the 63 set, a really, really tough set, is the Pride of the NL, which has Willie Mays and Stan Musial, two of the best hitters of the era. And this is assigned a 5 from SGC, and it's $44. I mean, this 63 set is really difficult to get good grades because of those colors. And this one actually, it blew my mind. Like, I absolutely, again, would have bought that card for $44 if it was in front of me and I had that option. And even, yes, with the shipping of an additional 5 or so, I'd easily pay $50 for that card. Another base Willie Mays card. This time a 1968 Topps Willie Mays. It was assigned a 4 from SGC. Centering is fabulous. Eye appeal is outstanding. It's $44. $44 for Willie Mays. Now, sure, it's toward the end of his career. He still had a few more years, few more cards. But give me a break. This is Willie Mays in a 4. Another rookie card. This time, Jim Palmer. Now, if you look just at the stats of Jim Palmer compared to the top 10 pitchers of all time, you would be surprised at how Jim Palmer rates. His stats are incredible. $43 for his rookie card in a PSA assigned holder. Now, side-to-side centering is pretty darn good, too. Another post serial, so here's an example of an authentic. That means some of the cutting went over the lines around the edge there. But again, they're hand cut, so what do we expect? But it's got great eye appeal, great color on it for the 61 post Roberto Clemente for $42.81. That is a beautiful card for anyone who collects Roberto Clemente. And again, I think post cards sell for much less than I would expect. How about the 68 Topps game? So Topps had this game, and there are all these different single-double. I think Willie Mays is the home run, for example. The Clemente is the double. And this is in a SGC assigned 6 holder for $42.02. Again, there have now been a handful of Clemente cards already for under $50, and Clemente is one of the most collected guys. He's a very popular player, as he should be. Speaking of very popular players that people collect, Willie Mays again. This time a 1960 Topps All-Star in an SGC 3 for $41.50. $41.50 for a 1960 Willie Mays All-Star. Really well centered, really good eye appeal. SGC assigned it a 3. That's a great looking card. I love the MVP cards from the 1961 Topps set. And I love Yogi Berra. And that's a pretty darn decent looking card. In a card that was assigned by SGC at 4.5, sold for $41. I don't know. That's a very cool Yogi Berra card for $41. I mean, all-time great player, all-time great character. Another rookie card of a guy who's not in the Hall of Fame yet, but he's on the shortest of short lists for the Veterans Committee. Now, I know the Veterans Committee changes their name all the time. It was the old-timers and the veterans, and they're constantly changing it, but they're going to be voting soon. And one of the guys I guarantee you they will be considering is Dick Allen. The Dick Allen in a SGC 5 card for $41. If he makes the Hall of Fame, that's a $100 card. 1962 Topps Sandy Koufax. Again, anytime you can buy a Koufax, a Mays, an Aaron, a Clemente for under $50, I think you're doing really, really well. This one is assigned a 3 from SGC. It's $40.77 for the 72 Topps Sandy Koufax. Side-to-side centering is really nice. Another Clemente, this time a 68 Topps All-Star, assigned a 5 from PSA. But, I mean, look at the eye appeal of that card. That's a beautiful card. It is a beautiful Clemente card. An important player, an all-time great player. $40.09 is what somebody paid for that card. I absolutely would have bought that card if it was in front of me at a show for $50 easily. I absolutely buy that card. Another Koufax. Now, Koufax cards they shouldn't be selling for this price. The 64 Koufax is a sweet card. And this is in an SGC assigned at a 3, $40. $40. And that's a cool picture of Sandy Koufax. That's one of his cooler looking cards in my eyes. Now, I love his rookie card. I love his rookie card. But that 64 Topps is a great card. How about a second-year Fred Biletnikoff? The 1966 Topps set is brutally tough, similar, kind of a mix between the 62 Topps and the 55 Bowman. This Biletnikoff got a 6.5 from SGC, and it sold for under $40. His rookie card comes from that 65 set, the Tall Boy set, similar, the same year as the Namath rookie card. How about a 62 Topps Roberto Clemente? Another Clemente. And again, the reason I chose this one is, sure, the grade was assigned to 2.5, but when I look at that card, side-to-side centering is great, the image looks great. It's a very decent-looking card to add to your vintage collection. And it was $39. $39. Clemente, this is about the sixth Clemente card we've seen. Under $50. We got another Bart Starr. Now, the 63 Topps set is a really tough set. The borders on these show everything. Really hard to get them in good condition. They're also kind of hard to come by. They're harder to come by than many of the years. And this Bart Starr was a 4.5 for like $38. Another Hall of Fame rookie card up next with the 62 Topps Gaylord Perry in a PSA 3. Now you look at that card, again, centering looks great, image looks great, color looks great, eye appeal's great. I don't need an 8 of that card. Like a 3 is perfectly fine for me. And this card sold for $39. $39 for a Gaylord Perry rookie card. It's crazy. Now look at this card. You got 1968 Topps NL RBI leader. Got a 6 from SGC. It's got Hank Aaron on it. It's got Roberto Clemente on it. And it's got Orlando Cepeda on it. And it sold for $37. There's just no way. 3 Hall of Famers. Aaron and Clemente are 2 of the all-time greats. How about a 65 Topps embossed? Now, some people don't like the embossed cards. I kind of think they're cool. They're just hard to find in good condition. They chip really easily. This Sandy Koufax got a 6 from PSA. That's a high grade in these cards. $37. Another Hank Aaron base card. This time assigned a 3.5 from SGC. Centering is terrific. Color is terrific. Great looking card. Hank Aaron cards from 1961. His rookie card was 54. It's not like it's the twilight of his career. Look at this 63 Topps NL home run leaders in an SGC 4.5. Now you look at some of the guys on this card. It's like incredible. You got Mays in the middle. That's 5 incredible players. Next, the 64 Topps Tommy John. Tommy John is not in the Hall of Fame yet. I think Tommy John eventually gets in. He had a very good pitching career. And part of what is considered for the Hall of Fame is your contribution to the game. Tommy John risked his career and changed the careers of many others. And for that reason, it blows my mind that an SGC 6 goes for under $35. Wow. Under $35. Next up, a 68 Topps Tom Seaver. This is his second card. It's his rookie trophy card for under $34, $33 and change in the SGC 4 card. Beautiful card. That is my favorite Seaver card. The 63 Fleer Bob Gibson. Now, Fleer did have that set. Not everybody is in it, but Gibson is, Koufax is, Mays is, Clemente is. A lot of the big ones are. This one got a 3, but look at the eye appeal. Centered great, $33.15 all day long. How about a 1960 Topps Sandy Koufax and a PSA assigned 2? Now, it is a 2, but it's well centered. And it's Sandy Koufax, and it's $32. It's $32 for Sandy Koufax. How about a 61 Stan Musial? Now remember, Musial didn't have his first card in Topps until the 58 All-Star. His first base card in Topps was 59. This is the 61. So he only has a couple cards before this if you're a Topps collector. A 4.5 for $31. Now, this is a 1961 Babe Ruth Thrills card. I think this series is very cool, and it's got Babe Ruth. And look at the eye appeal on that card. Again, SGC assigned it a 2. It's $31. Look at the eye appeal. That centering was outstanding. Now look at this one. A 65 Topps, and it's a pitching leaders card. And it's autographed by Juan Marichal. And the autograph grade is a 10. Autographed Juan Marichal, autograph grade of a 10, $31. Another 67 Philadelphia, this time the Johnny Unitas, in a 5. I mean, this is a Johnny Unitas card in a 5. His rookie card was the 57 set. This is about 10 years in. $29.99 for a PSA 5 1967 Philadelphia Johnny Unitas. How about a 69 Topps Pete Rose? This is one of my favorite Pete Rose cards. I think it's terrific. I don't know why I love the image, but I do. $29 for a SGC 5 of Pete Rose's 69 Topps card. Really well centered. How about another Unitas? This time a 69 Topps Johnny Unitas in an SGC 6. It's hard to get good grades on the 69 Topps set. The color on those borders chip like crazy. It's very difficult to get high grades. This is a 6, which is a very solid grade. That's a beautiful card, $28.57. Now, I've always really liked this 61 Topps Whitey Ford card, pitches a shutout in the World Series. And it was assigned a 6 from PSA. And it's $28.80. And it's a recent grade. It's a recently graded card. We got another Unitas. I tried to go a little bit more football than normal this time for y'all, just to show you how affordable football cards are. This is a 1964 Philadelphia Johnny Unitas, assigned a 6 from SGC. Really well centered, really good looking card. $26. Again, it's $15 to get it graded. Insanity. Look at this card. A 1967 Topps NL Home Run Leaders card in an SGC 6. $23.50. And look at the players on the card. Look at the players on the card. You got Mays, Aaron, and Dick Allen. In a 6 for $23.50. And yes, that's the fourth mind-blown choice for me. Be sure in the comments to let me know which ones I missed and which ones you agreed with. The 67 Topps NL ERA leaders. Now, this is a cool card. You got Marichal on it. You got Koufax on it. $16. $16 in SGC 6. How about a Jerry Lucas rookie card in an SGC 6.5? Tall boy, 69.70 set. $13.61. Less than the cost of grading. Less than the cost of grading. And look at this. A 69.70 Topps Walt Frazier rookie card in an SGC 5 for under $12. Walt Frazier's rookie card in an SGC 5 for under $12. And that takes my fifth and final choice. Unbelievable. What were your 5 picks? Let me know. Vintage doesn't have to be expensive. Go get some.